What's happening, family? Back again. We're looking at Proverbs 24 and 10 today. The Bible says that if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So now adversity is nature's way of getting rid of the weak. And this particular text calls for the reader to summon up a certain amount of courage with whatever challenges that lie ahead. Now, difficult times in life can manifest a lack of mettle, mettle, which is a person's ability to cope well in difficult times or to face demanding situations in a spiritual and a resilient way. But this particular proverb is really wanting more of the reader to not faint in the face of adversity. So now, in life's journey, one has obtained certain principles of strength and resilience in order to face various challenges in our lives. And so now strength here is not one of a physical nature, not one where you're lifting weights and you get stronger through some strenuous activity. Strength here is really more referred to from a psychological and a spiritual one at best, spiritual one in nature. So this strength can only be obtained through life's challenges, through life experiences, or based off of one's belief system. So now when we define the word strength here, it's defined as power to resist stress, durability, which means your ability to overcome adversity or bounce back from a challenging time, bounce back from a crisis. Now, this proverb speaks to the relationship, though, of adversity and strength. And according to particular scriptures, strength can only be determined when faced with adversity, just as courage cannot be determined unless one is confronted with a dangerous situation. So now we define the word resilience here. It really kind of sounds the same. Resilience is your ability to bounce back and to recover strength from various adversities that seem to take your strength. See, we were born with an innate ability to bounce back from adversity no matter what, but it's provided that we embrace specific principles such as faith, hope, and love, and the like. So now Joseph in the Bible is a great example of one who's been resilient. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers because from their perspective, he had favor from their father and they just couldn't stand it. So they sold him. And so now not only that, he was thrown into prison by Potiphar because Potiphar's wife really wanted him and he resisted her. And so she lied on him. And so she had him thrown into prison. And so now as a result of his faith, though, in the Lord, he was proven to be a great leader. And so he was put in charge of over all of the prisoners while he was in prison. There was two particular prisoners that he spoke with, and he interpreted their dreams, and they were servants of the king. And he told them, look, whatever you do, just don't forget about me. And so for like 2 years, they forgot all about him. But he ended up finding favor in the eyes of Pharaoh. And so Pharaoh placed Joseph in charge of everything that he had. So he never lost faith in everything that he did. His strength was big and his faith was also big, and that allowed him to be resilient throughout that time. And see, now the same fight by you will strengthen you and will allow you to be resilient in the face of adversity, no matter what you are looking at. You have to be willing, though, to stand firm on what you believe. Stand firm on your faith when things look rough, knowing that you have everything in you. You have already everything that you need to possess to take you to the place where you need to be able to bounce back and never lose sight of what you have in front of you. Never lose sight of what you have in you. So now, The Test of a Man is a poem that's very near and dear to me. When I was going through a challenging time in my life, becoming an alpha man, the test of a man says this. It says, the test of a man is the fight he makes, the grit that he daily shows, the way he stands upon his feet and take life's numerous bumps and blows. A coward can smile when there's not to fear and nothing his progress bars, but it takes a man to stand and cheer while the other fellow stars. It isn't the victory after all, but the fight that a brother makes. A man, when driven against the wall, still stands erect and takes the blows of fate with his head held high, bleeding, bruised, or pale. is the man who will win, fate defied, for he isn't afraid to fail. See, resilience is not something that is given to us. It's not something that someone just hands to you, but it's developed in your life through life's challenges, through the things that you deal with day in and day out. So the question now is, are you up for the challenge? Are you ready to pass the test? And the answer is yes, because you already possess what you need internally. You already possess what you need inside of you to be resilient, to bounce back when something seems like it's taking your strength. So be resilient in all that you do. God bless.